All right, ladies and gentlemen, Little bit of Billy Idol. That is a remix by Dim Zach. I'll leave that in the description of this video when I finish this transmission. Love that rendition. Love the song just because of what it means, etc., etc. But I'm happy to be here with all of you on this glorious Sunday. It is a sun day. The sun's day. And I just thought I'd pop on and talk about some tarot. So much stuff going on for me currently with where I'm at in the world. And I'm hoping that all of you are really paying attention to where you're at any single moment of life. And you're paying attention to everything around you. And I wanted to, I'm going to get into this tarot. We're going to pull some cards for some of you. I can't get to everybody, so I will do my best to rifle this through. But I do want to share with you some stuff before we get started on this journey and pulling some cards of just exactly where I'm at with my level of consciousness and my research, et cetera, et cetera. And it is with the planet Zeus. It is with the planet Zeus or Jupiter. And, ladies and gentlemen, I've been working on decoding myself to show the general public how scripted my reality is, like a full-blown Logan Decoded. And, I have often said to all of you that you should be paying attention to everything around you, decoding everything that you can around you, including, as I have mentioned, what's your high school mascot? Now, I say this because mine is the tiger. And the tiger is tied to the planet Jupiter or Zeus. Just maybe a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, I was turned on to this video by this guy called Cali Muscle. He's this ex-pro bodybuilder. And the video that I got intrigued by was a 30-day watermelon fast. And I was like, oh, that's interesting because watermelon's like one of my favorite fruits. So I started to adopt some of the principles, and literally for the past 4 days, I have been drinking, just taking watermelon, cutting it up, throwing it in the blender, and just blending it with no water, nothing. And just, this is what it looks like right here. This is just watermelon puree, if you will. And just only eating once a day, just doing this all day and then eating once a day, eating my one meal. It's been amazing. And it didn't hit me until just I started to do this transmission. The damn watermelon has stripes all over it. So I have a mascot of high school of the tiger. Jupiter's the biggest planet. And I'm doing this watermelon that I got turned on by Cali Muscle, who I'm not even following his research. How's this happening? Because I'm living a scripted reality, folks. And the script is pulling me towards certain things. And this is what the tarot does. So how does this fit into the narrative of Jupiter and all that kind of stuff? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I have 2 nights ago, under the full moon of Pisces, not Aries, Pisces, it was, if you go pull up a sign of Vedic astrology, if you go do the map of the stars, the moon was in Pisces. It was not in Aries. Everybody, it will be in Aries. In tropical, that's 23 degrees forward into the future. The real-time energy is Vedic astrology. Now, I'm not saying that tropical doesn't work, because it does. But Vedic astrology is the root, and tropical is the crown. We're moving towards that. So on the night of the Piscean full moon, which of course is all mystical, I was delivered. I started breaking down the Matrix again, 1999. And it has come to, ladies and gentlemen, that why the Wachowskis wrote the Matrix and they wrote Jupiter Ascending, because the Matrix is run by, there's many parts to this, but the main construct is Zeus. So if you watch the movie They Live, and it's News Station 54 broadcasting the hypnotic trance, that's because Zeus equals 54 in Greek numerology, where its original language comes from, which is tied to Xenon and the voice in your head and the whole shebang. Okay? And the card that's linked, the two cards that are linked to Zeus and Jupiter through the tarot, You're going to have the Guru, the Hierophant, and you're going to have, these are the two primaries now, and you're going to have the Hermit, the ninth card. And of course, that's, when you bring them together, that's 95 or that's 59. Game of Life or one half of the I Am. See, Jupiter has the great red spot on it. The only planet, the only celestial that it does, which is the egg, which I've been saying, no, Earth's an egg. So Jupiter's looking at Earth. It's looking at Earth. It's the egg. Earth is the cosmic egg. So you have the Olympians. And this is why, so like I said, how do you scratch that up? I'm doing this watermelon thing, and it didn't even hit me until I was literally just 10 minutes before I came on. I'm cutting it up to blend this up. And I'm looking at the watermelon like, geez, it's Jupiter stripes. No wonder why I've been doing the watermelon. And then this whole thing during the Piscean full moon came out just a couple of days ago, and the Wachowskis write the Matrix in 99. They come out with Jupiter ascending, Jupiter, the striped planet. The largest planet gets to be the one that and Jupiter is, let's not even go into, forget about all NASA's this. According to the science, Jupiter's the fifth planet. 5. The Guru. This is where, in your fifth house of astrology, this is what sits there. All of you. You are the Guru. Stop looking for gurus. You are the Guru. So if you got Jupiter in the fifth house, it's a glorious place to have it. I know that Jupiter runs Sagittarius, and the way we typically look at astrology is where Aries and Taurus goes down, and Sagittarius would be all the way up around the 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock position. But when you look at the astrology map with Cancer at the very top and Capricorn at the bottom, that means Sagittarius is around the 4 to 5 o'clock position, and he becomes the Hierophant. So that's why I had said to all of you, these are the two primary cards of Zeus. He gets to be the Guru, and he gets to be the smartest card in the deck. And here we are. Here we are. Okay? Now, and then you have Jupiter tied to Abraxas, the house of Abraxas, which Jupiter ascending talked about. It's not an accident, ladies and gentlemen, that Jupiter has the symbol 24 on it. And it's not an accident that the Matrix came out on March 24th, 1999. Okay? We get that clear, right? Dynamo. So you're going to have all these other layers. Jason saying Jupiter's on Thursday. Yes, so we can fit the narrative of the 7 days of the week, typically Thursday, Thor being tied to thorium, and thorium is the 90th element on the periodic table, and 90 is tied to the words great architect of the universe in numerology. Not the great. If you say the great, it's going to change it to 105. But when you say great architect of the universe, that becomes the number 90 in Chaldean numerology, and that's tied to thorium, the god of lightning and war. And so it's really simple to see it. So Jason Arcane, 1000%, Jupiter's tied to Thor. Because Thor is thorium, and thorium is, according to the periodic table, it's the Scandinavian god of war. So the whole aspect of theology is starting to look like that the god of the Bible is Jupiter, Zeus. And then you're going to have all these other elements. You could tie in Lucifer and Jesus and Yod-Heh-Vah-Heh and Ahura Mazda and Brahma and Vishnu and Shiva. And it's all a big Ponzi scheme. As I have been saying, I'm just highlighting Zeus right now because this is where I'm currently at with my level of consciousness. And, and now I've started to watch The Matrix again, the very first one, 99. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm doing timestamps. I'm doing timestamps of when Morpheus is sitting with Neo and he says, "You're in a prison, Neo." And I'm pausing it and looking at the timestamps, mind blown. There's no way that these directors are getting these timestamps. No way. Not possible. That's the value of the tarot, because they're embedded into the source code. Forget about devil and Satan and all that stuff. That's all just man-made. Forget all that. Source code, folks. The code behind what you're talking about. And the tarot gives us the photograph. So one of the other cards of Jupiter, one of the other cards, I like to go back Greek, Zeus. It's actually Zeus. Jupiter's Roman, so Zeus came first. One of the other cards of Zeus is this Two of Wands, because it's the 24th card in the deck, 23rd, 24th. And the Matrix came out on the 24th, and Jupiter's symbol is the 2-4. And what does this card mean? It's the futurist. So the biggest planet, the smartest planet, the guru planet, gets to be the futurist. The Two of Wands, which is the Two of Clubs, which is the Devil, which is the card 15. So the future, of course, is going to be tied to the Matrix, which is the devil. That's what it is. Absolutely is. It's a fun ride, folks. And all of us have these tendencies. All of us play the devil card. You want to be sitting side by side with the devil, not below it, boiled up to the chains. Right? You want to sit side by side with the devil, because then you now have mastered the aspect of not having the chains wrapped around, because essentially this reality is a prison. That's why you're in a cell. You know, like, why do they call it a cell phone? Because you're going deeper down into the prison. That's what this means. It's a cell phone. You're going another layer down. Your body has trillions of cells. Well, then you go down into the cell, which is 14 in numerology, which is tied to time and Satan. It's going down, fractals down. You're moving farther away from what it means to be in the three-dimensional reality. That's what this whole thing's talking about. Cells, you're a battery. The whole Matrix movie was telling you that you are, and this confirmed it. I watched it again last night with a fresh set of eyes. As I've been saying, you're in a battery, and you are a battery, and you're being harvested for your energy. It's not a bad thing. That's just the way this reality works, folks. Battery is 19, tied to the sun. The sun is the fifth house. The fifth house, if you flip that and you put Sagittarius at the top, you're going to have Jupiter there. So you got to mirror these astrological charts. That's why I had said that these two cards are the cards of Jupiter. But remember that this card right here, this card right here would be tied to Leo, the lion, and the lion is the sun. So you have the sun and you have Jupiter. Okay? Which kind of correlates to where Zeus would be the father of the sun. I know there's a lot of layers to this. You have Kronos in there. We have Uranus, Neptune. It's a whole working machine. This whole zodiac wheel, which is the great beast, is a working machine. That's what it is. It's a machine. Machine equals 24 numerology. Jupiter has the 24 for its logo. The element on the periodic table that's 24 is chromium. Chromium comes from the Greek word chroma, which means color. It's light into matter. That's what all of us are. You're playing the light game. It's so folks, it's just so amazing how this whole reality works. So amazing. And when you break down the tarot and you look at the cards for the two main characters of the Matrix, Keanu Charles Reeves, who's tied right to neodymium and the 144. Let me just pull these for all of you so you can see. Where the hell is it? There's hang on. See, Mr. Smith is tied to the illusion, right? Which is you're asleep. Like the whole Matrix, when you watch the Matrix, right, you realize you're plugged in and you're inside this pod, which looks like an egg. It's so crazy. And you're dreaming. You're being harvested for your energy. Hang on, give me a second. Let me try to find this Mr. Smith card. There it is. So they casted Hugo Weaving, who was born on April 4th. That's 44. That's tied to the word underworld. And then they casted Neo, who was born on September 2nd. That's 92 in Uranus, right? Uranus. And so here's Keanu Charles Reeves' birth card, the 9 of Diamonds, which is the 73rd card in the deck. You're on television is 73. See, once Neo decided to go down into the Matrix, now he's on television. He's being observed and watched, and he's under the guise of Mr. Smith. This is Hugo Weaving's birth card, the 4 of Spades. This is the underworld. So this is what it looks like from the Matrix right there. Bam! It's the 9 and the 4. 94 is plutonium. And ladies and gentlemen, let me just tell you also something really quickly here, and then I'm going to get to some of your comments. We're going to get into some card readings. During the full Piscean moon, and when I was decoding the Matrix again, and I had the Zeus epiphany, I also realized that what I had been saying, like we're inside of a battery, you are a battery. You're being harvested for your energy. Morpheus showed the battery during his little talk with Neo when he first gets plugged in. Battery is 19, tied to the sun. Your little miniature suns, the sun becoming the tool, Pneuma, the song. Well, the 9 chases the 4 down here into Wonderland. The 4 is the cube. See, Hugo Weaving would be representing the cube, the 4 of Spades. And you go to sleep. You go into a dream. It's not real. That's why I said, what is real? And then Keanu Charles Reeves is the 9 of Diamonds, and he goes down. The 9 goes down into the 4 and chases the cube of time. And you could become a superstar. Like you watch them upload all this kung fu mastery, and imagine it was just like that. It's so fascinating. So some of your comments, and then I'm going to get into some tarot. Let's talk tarot, right? Jason's asking about my Paradise Decoded. Thanks for the support. Is there any chance it would be produced as a physical working model? I haven't even thought that far ahead right now. It's so new to me, and I've been messing around with it in Photoshop. Trying to get that as a working model digitally would be the ultimate, because most people are on their cell phones or computers. I had thought about, you could make a round disc and you could move it, and I would need, kind of like an engineer to build that. I don't know if I'm at that stage right now. I don't know if I'm kind of really wanting to do that. What ultimately would be the digital way. But I know it has a lot of merit. I mean, the 100, the marker 100 for that disc, the across the way is 280, and that's how many days average a pregnancy lasts. So I know that this is a pretty monumental discovery to show the world, and I'm not taking any credit, because whatever's running me is running. I'm the instrument, and I'm delivering this information to you, and I take no credit at all. I'm just the instrument here. So if you fancy this stuff, glory goes to whatever you want to call it, God, Lord, supernatural, whatever. See, personally for me, I don't think that the God has a title or name. Once you define it, it becomes part of this self-contained system. See, I'm more apt to look at, the spitting out of thy mouth. If you watched my preview on that. And I can tell you right now, since we're talking about Zeus, well, spitting out of thy mouth is tied right to Zeus and the great red spot. 1,000%. And the thing is, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't want to be hot or cold anymore, that's yin yang. See, Isaiah 45 verses 7 says, I create peace and evil. I create the light and dark. That's yin yang. And then Revelation 3:16 says, if you are not hot or cold, if you're not yin or yang, if you're not peace or calamity, if you're lukewarm, you're out of here. Yeah, because you figured it out. That's my take on it. That's my interpretation on it. Besides what some bishop in Rome is going to tell you, I don't care. I go head to head with anybody in religion and theology at this point. It's just me being very confident, not being very egoic, just knowing that whatever's using me is using me to deliver this truth to all of you. And this is a truth that's amongst many truths. It's not the truth. It's a truth. Okay? So what does lukewarm mean? What does it mean to be lukewarm? Well, think about it. The blood pH is lukewarm. 7.3, 7.4 is like the perfect temperature. That's what the blood pH is. You got to be balanced. Balance is 20. Green is 20. The matrix was running on 20 because it's running on green. If you're not narcissistic, we're all narcissistic. Every single buddy living in this reality has narcissism in them. They do. And if you deny that, you're just fooling yourself. We all have it. It's just a part of a piece of the personality. If God is for you, who can be against you? Miss Dell said, yeah, well, who's God? Are you talking about the God that runs this reality, or are we talking about another God beyond this reality? We need to be more definitive versus just saying these watered down statements of like you go type in God in all the million ciphers, it's every number. So God is everything. It's every number. So you can't define it. You can't bring it down into solidification. It's impossible. Mind you, ladies and gentlemen, I'm a guy who has Rahu in Sagittarius. I'm going to come out with a video on this on my Decode Your Reality channel for, what is your Rahu Ketu axis? What does it look like through the tarot? What does yours look like? Because mine, as again, as fate would have it, right? I'm sitting here doing this decode for you, coming out with this Jupiter and the Zeus and all that stuff. I have a mascot in high school being the tiger. The word tiger is 15. The word exit is 15. So if you want to exit the tiger, you got to be lukewarm. Most people just will not do that because they're too engrossed in the game. They want to just play. They want to be angry and they want to blame the devil. The devil is the same as the church, folks. There's no difference between the two. So anyway, you got to really look at where your Rahu and your Ketu is. And my Ketu and Rahu is Gemini, Sagittarius. My Rahu is in Sagittarius, which is ruled by Jupiter. This is why you're seeing me put out information on the esoteric and the occult, because it's in the 9th house of the hermit. So I'm using art and Ketu in Gemini. Gemini is all about communication. Mercury, this is why I do 4 or 5 hour podcasts, because now you know why. Where's your Rahu Ketu axis? That'll tell you a hell of a lot about what your dominion is. And then you get the tarot cards to look at that. It's so mind-blowing, and it's so beautiful. So beautiful. And I just scratch away all the evil and the love and evil and life and all that stuff, and I just look at it's the force, right? Star Wars did a great job. The force. It's just electricity, it's energy, and then whatever you want to do with it is going to be up to you. Do you want to create a utopia with it, or do you want to create a dystopia with it? That's it. What do you want to do? But you got to be balanced, folks. You know, the word exit is 15 in numerology. Libra has the 15th nakshatra in it called Swati, which is the scales of justice. You want to exit this reality, you got to be balanced. Most people are not even close to that. Are you balanced? Can you say, yeah, I'm balanced? Are you? You got to be the temperance card. Right here. Are you this? You know, the word God equals 14 right there. Are you that? See that card right there? See the two chalices? That's the yin yang right there. Well, the angel in the middle is holding the yin yang, dictating whether or not it's going to be hot or cold. Temperance, balance. It's going to sit in the house of Aries. This is an Aries card. It's going to sit in house number 1. Why? Because the 13th card, death, sits in the middle. And 14 follows that. It goes back out into house number 1. Colin Goddard says, Satan runs the code and Yahushua. Okay, Colin, I guess we're just way off the map here. Everything in this reality is part of this reality. So if you go ahead and say it's Yahweh, Yahweh is part of this reality, it is part of Satan. There is no separation on that, my friend. Zero. That's why God cannot be, the true essence of God cannot be conformed to anything inside this construct. So any deity that you name and place a title on, including Satan and the devil, is all part of this construct. All of it. It's a Ponzi scheme. So if you want to go ahead and start saying it's this, it's that, you're not lukewarm. You're hot or cold. You're saying the devil is the difference between the G-O-D. It's Yeshua, Yahweh, whatever. You're saying there's a separation between the two. They're all inside this egg. All of it is inside this earth and a part of it. So if you define it, it's part of this reality. And there isn't a separation between the two. You can say it's Yeshua, you can say it's Yahweh, you can say it's this, you can call it whatever you want to define it as. It is part of this matrix, this illusion, this Maya. It's a Ponzi scheme. Meaning that everything that you can define or regurgitate that you've learned from other scholars or whoever that say, oh, no, it's this. Oh, no, it's that. It doesn't, you can chalk it up to you can lay them all out on the table, and the final answer from my take on it, from my research, and again, this is my truth, it's all inside this self-contained system. Everything is ruled by the same thing. It all just goes back to the source of what creates this reality. All of it. Because it's designed to harvest your energy. So if it doesn't get you this way, it's going to get you that way. And I'm not attacking you, Colin. I'm just giving you my opinion. But see, we got to create foundations. I'm all about foundations. People are not about foundations. They dance around foundation. Oh, well, no, it's this and no, it could be this. Or they dance around. That's just me being funny, right? They want to dance around. They want to label stuff. And they want to say, well, my stuff that's labeled isn't part of that stuff. Okay, well, let's do some philosophy on this. See, if it's inside this construct, it's part of the construct. Pretty easy. Pretty easy to see. 47th problem of Euclid. Let me show you what the problem is. Let's show you. 47th, yeah, most of you should know what that is, right? 47. Oh, it's the Masons. It's the uh-oh. Oh boy. "47th problem of Euclid. Can't find the card. Of course I can't find it. Hang on. Since Jeremiah mentioned the 47th problem, I wouldn't even say it's a problem. It's just a construct. Ain't that something? I can't find the card. Oh, there it is. 47th problem of Euclid. 47th problem of Euclid. Trapped and limited. That's the problem. The problem is that you're in a cell. This is the cell. You're in the cell. That's the problem. And it's not even a problem. It's just the situation. It's the situation. All right. Okay. Looking at your comments here. So let's talk tarot, ladies and gentlemen. Does anybody have a specific tarot card that they want to talk about? Something that they found in their decoding efforts? What do we got? Let me see if I can just share with you, all of you. Hold on. All right, let me just show all of you this real quick, and then we'll get to some of your comments. So this is a graphic that I use for. Let me just get my cursor here. This is a graphic that I use for my readings, part of it, and This is how I feel it works, through the tarot and through the houses of astrology. Now, what I've done here is I've taken the colors of the rainbow and spread them out over the 12 houses, and then put the glorious color of violet in the very middle, and that would be the gamma, right? That would be the gamma, which would be the Christ, the Christos, the light, and so these astrology signs, you're going to be all 12. So if somebody says, "Hey, what's your astrology sign?" You should probably say, "Well, I'm all 12." And they're going to be like, "Huh?" Well, yeah, because if I pull up your chart, you're going to have all 12 here. And all 12 zodiac signs are going to have the scales of music in here. Okay? The scales of music are going to be in here, as well as the tarot cards, obviously, right? So we start off here in the first position with Aries, and it's a Mars energy, and it's the Magician. This is all of you. All of you use your first house, your ego, your identity to start slinging your damn magic. You pull from the sun. That's why this individual has the number 8 over its head. 19 is the sun card. 19 is the 8th prime number, and it's yellow in the background because the Magician pulls from the sun. This is the rising sign position, right? The sun's first rays. And then you go down to the second house. We're going counterclockwise, and we get the high priestess. We get the empress in the third house. Right next to her is the king, the emperor. And then you get the Jupiter/sun. Again, this is going counterclockwise. If I put an astrology chart with the Cancer at the top and we flip this, Sagittarius would be here. Okay. But this is the Gubru. And these are all tied to, the placements of everything. This is the base fundamentals. And then the 13th card is going to be the death card. So obviously, again, who gets the smartest card in the deck? Jupiter does, who is the biggest planet, right? And they tie Kronos here, Father Time, to the Wheel of Fortune, because Kronos is tied to Tartarus, and the Olympians throwing the Titans down into Tartarus, which is Earth, which is now you're a prisoner of time. You're stuck on the Wheel of Fortune. This is the Wheel of Samsara as well. And now you get under the confines of, and this is, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, each one of these celestials, they all work in a partnership. There's not like one more than the other. They all have a partnership. This is like an anthropomorphic being. Mars, Venus. Why does Mercury get 2 spaces? Why does Venus get 2 spaces? You could even say, why does Mars get 2 spaces? Well, Mars and Venus is the yin yang, and they're right here. To start off, right? Mars is opposite Venus. So there is some aspects of Lucifer being tied to Venus because Venus is opposite of Mars, and this is where the rising sign, and the rising sign is Ra Dawn. You get into alchemy, and now you get the rising of the dawn, which I showed in my 222 decoded. Okay, the rising sign position, where the sun appears to come up over the horizon. If you're a flat earther, it'll be where the sun appears to come first rays of light towards you. Whatever. Don't care. Least of my concerns. Right? But this is how the tarot cards fit. And then they're just going to wrap. And so 13 is going to sit in the middle. And where would 14 go? Right here. Temperance is going to be Aries, which puts the devil card in the sign of Taurus. Taurus has the bull horns, and it's ruled by Venus. That's because, I know there's ladies here, and I'm doing the 1 + 1 = 2 fact here. And the devil gets tied to the feminine energy. That's not to degrade any females out there. I'm just saying that this is how it is. The element iron is tied to the number 15, which is tied to the house of Venus, and the number 2 here. Iron is called Ferum, Fe, as in female. Okay? This is why Eve was the one who first took the bite of the apple. Female. Right? That's why, the whole story of that. Because the feminine is the Pandora's box. And that's what wants you to engage in order to play the game. All right? That's what it wants you to do. Okay? So this is kind of the brief overview of the 12 zodiac signs with the 12 tarot cards. Okay. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I'm seeing some of this like, oh, planets are not real. Folks, they're real because people say they're real. Nobody has the magic bullet on whether or not it's, like, I'm really here doing this Discord with you. Like, this is 1 + 1 = 2 fact. Logan is right here engaging into YouTube, and you're seeing it on your end through a computer or cell phone. There's no one that can say that's not true. See, are the planets real? They're real because people say they're real. That's magic. I've gone through countless amateur astronomers, not NASA, amateur with telescopes. I've looked in a telescope myself to see those celestials up in, what do they call space? Whatever the hell that is. And I can see them. I can see those celestials. So I know that when you can see them, you define them. Now, that's all I can go off of. Is it a fabrication? Is it an illusion? Is it just a sim? I can't say for that aspect. But I do know when I look in a telescope or I look at amateur astronomers, forget about the professionals, amateur astronomers, the photographs are all identical. You look at Zeus, you look at Jupiter, they're going to be a little bit off by the way the calculations of the telescope is, but they all show the same exact picture. So what is it? Well, then you're going to get into philosophy because there's no one that can say 1,000% that it's this or this or that. It's whatever you think it is. But I can see it. If we both have a telescope pointed at Jupiter and you look in it and you say, can you see the striped planet? Yeah, I can see it. Okay, well then where do you go from there? See, the foundation is I can see a striped planet. And then whatever you want to say after that that's up to you. That's going to be your truth. But since none of us have blasted off with gone up and go watch some of these amateur sky balloons that go up, the balloons that go way up and they end up bursting and coming back down. You can see the sun there. You can see the moon there. So are those real or are they just fake? You can see the stars there. Are they real or just fake? That'll be up to you. Anyway, let's get into some tarot. Let me just shuffle these one more time. So Warren Starcat says the mind makes it real. Of course, your mind makes everything real. Are these tarot cards real? Are they real? So I can do that with a tarot card, and that added, well, they got to be real. I can't do that with a planet that I'm looking through a telescope. I can't knock on it, but I can see it. Is it real? Well, again, because people say it's real and because people define it as real and because people put definitions to it and we combine all the aspects through the tarot and the cards and numbers and pi and phi and you start to, it becomes solidified in this reality. And that's all I'm concerned about. I'm not concerned about sitting here trying to philosophize whether or not, well, it's just a shape in the sky and it's a light and it looks watery. Okay, great. Okay. Just remember, ladies and gentlemen, as I go through these tarot card readings for you, I'm giving you the tarot card. If anybody looks at your results and they have a different definition, is it true for you? This is why making the truth your own throughout everything in this reality is the only way to fly. Perfect example. So if I pull for you the moon card today, someone says, oh, I know what the moon card reads. Yeah, but you're not living in my shoes right now. You don't know what the moon card means because you're not having to experience my reality, man. You're not living under my house. So the way you define the moon card, yeah, I know what the moon card means. Yeah, for you, you know what it means. But you're not living out my reality. That's why your reality, you as an individual here, is the only reality that matters. That's it. But when you start to say, well, that's not this, so that's your reality, that's totally fine. But somebody else is going to say different. Okay. So here's how it's going to go with the card readings. All right, I'm going to do my best to get to everybody. I know everybody here is going to want me to draw the cards and all that kind of stuff. And I'm going to look at the comments. I'm going to pull a card for you. You're going to have to interpret the card, and I'm going to do my best to tell you what the card means, and I'm going to do my best to give you the number attached to it. But the very best thing you can do, let me just show all of you right now, and then we're going to start pulling cards. You're going to go to this website right here. Let's say you pull the moon card. You're typing in your card and then teach me tarot. That's it. Whatever card you pull, This is what you're going to put in the tagline here in the search discovery. Whatever card you pull, the moon or the sun or 5 of wands or 7 of pentacles, whatever, you're going to type this into your search. And you're going to probably pop up this website right here for this lady right here, this amazing woman right here, this author, can't remember her name, and her website. And I'm not saying this is the authoritative voice on everything, but it gives you a very good amount of solidification on what it means, and you're going to find your message in here. And you should know what it means, unless I can tell you what it means. Okay? So that's how I'm going to give it to all of you. All right? Because we're going to rifle through this stuff. Take it serious. Or take it not serious. All right, so I'm going to try to get to as many people as I can. All right, here we go. And I know it's going to come in like an Uzi machine gun. So if I miss you, I'll do my best to get to you. That's all I can tell you. All right. So let's start with Still Point. Still Point. Pull you a card. Still Point. Wow, what a great way to start this off with a bang. We get the Devil card. So this is addictions. This is, attachments. Sometimes the Devil card means that you need to do something for yourself. This is Pandora's box straight up. This is the false prophet and the beast if you talk about theology. So this can definitely lead towards addictions. This to me is the house of Taurus. This is tied to your business. Does your business need attention? Does your personal life need attention with your addictions? I mean, the Devil card is normally a card of addictions or mastering an addiction. And we all have them. Every single one of you here have addictions. Some nefarious, some not. Like if you go to the gym and you work out, is that a good addiction? Is it a benefit? Of course. Like you would label it as that, right? Sometimes the Devil card, when you pull it, all the cards, by the way, are all asset liability, meaning when you pull the Devil card, you're like, oh shit. Well, no, because sometimes the Devil card comes out and says, dude, you need to be paying attention to yourself because you're giving all your energy away to everybody else. So which one resonates for you? Every card has an asset or liability. So I hope that makes sense for you. All right, Antonio Neftali. Antonio Neftali. Me. All right, we'll get you me. Well, you got the Hangman. Look at your house of Pisces. You probably want to be meditating right now because we're in the full moon of Pisces, or we're now out of it, but we're still getting the remnants of that Piscean moon. The Hangman, look at your 12th house of astrology. What's there? Are there any transits there right now? The Hangman typically is a card of surrendering to something. Becoming enlightened by surrendering to something. Are you kind of not listening to the voice in your head? Are you not paying attention to your instincts, the little voice in your head and your stomach? You're like, oh shit, we should be doing this. We shouldn't be doing that. Are you paying attention to that? If you're not paying attention to that, well then the Hangman's encouraging you to do that. Taking a look at your 12th house, taking a look at where your Piscean energy is in your house of astrology and seeing if there's any transits there, okay? All right, let's get somebody else up. Michelle Falamich. I'm probably going to butcher some of your names. My apologies up front. Michelle Falamich. Well, you got the card of the Guru. This is a card of Jupiter, right? This is the 5th card in the deck. It's tied to the house of Leo and Sagittarius. So this is like manifesting, being the guru. Sometimes you need to stand up for your beliefs. Sometimes you need to get out there and be the guru instead of listening to other people. So if you're in a situation right now in your life where you're like, hey, what do you think I should do? No, stop doing that. Just go into the silence, go for a walk in nature, go to the beach, go to the mountains, whatever. Immerse yourself with nature and listen to what the voice in your head's trying to tell you. And you be the guru. You be the guru. This is another card. This is a card of sex. This is the 5th house. But it's typically a card of being the guru and listening to your own voice in your head. Taking charge, not taking bullshit. Right? Hang on a second. Okay. So I hope that helps you out. Christine from the great state of Washington. Let's get you. Christine Yan. Oh, wow, you got, look at that, 2 in a row. Bam, 2 in a row. Christine, you got the same thing as Michelle. So what do you need to surrender to? We're talking about right now, the energy of the moon is through Piscean. It's the Piscean energy right now. So it's mystical, it's watery. Listening to like I said, ladies and gentlemen, I had revelations of decoding the matrix. I had these downloads coming in under the guise of this card right here. The moon was in this card. Enlightenment. Okay. So back to back, Michelle and Christine. Surrendering. What do you need to surrender to? Okay, Pamela. The great moderator, Pamela. So Pamela, I don't know how you do it, man. You're all over the place. Wow. A big shout out to Pamela. This woman here, are you real? Because she's like, she does 1 million hours on everybody else's podcast. Crazy. Grateful to have you here. Let's see what Pamela has to pay attention to with the cards of illumination. Wow, you got the 3 of Pentacles, card number 67. This is the card of Donald John Trump. So take it as it resonates, right? Like look at the character he has on the world stage. 3 of Diamonds. He's Mr. Jupiter himself. He lives close to Jupiter, Florida. His Mar-a-Lago resort is right there next to Jupiter, Florida. But this is the 3 of Diamonds, 3 of Pentacles. This is the card of being the apprentice, right? This is the card of being the apprentice. So what do you need to work on in your life to step it up? Like I see you doing a lot of moderation for people, but like, is that what you really feel like you being the apprentice is all about? Three of Pentacles, when it comes out, it's like it's the student of life. Are you doing exactly what you want to do? Think about that, right? Is it time for you to level up? 3 of Diamonds, card 29, card 67. 67 is holmium. It's the most magnetic. 3 of Diamonds, right? Card 29. It's tied to the mouth of Jupiter. That's why Trump is Mr. Jupiter. So I already covered all that stuff. Let's get, God, 1 million. I told you, Uzi gun. There's no way I'm even going to keep up. Oh, Jesus. There's like 100 of you here. I'm so sorry. It's so hard to get. All right, Christine Mitchell. And then I got Troy after that. And then I got Brian. That's where I'm at right now. So Christine Mitchell, what's going on with you in your life? Wow, another one. Bam! We started out with the devil, you got the devil again. What's going on? Ladies and gentlemen, you got to be authentic with your life, right? Because if I pull this card right now and say, shit, I get the devil card. Okay, well then instantly and automatically I know I want to be that guy at the top, not the people stuck to the bottom of the chains. So when you want to be the devil, it's like, okay, you want to master your addictions. You want to master your habits. It could be a simple thing of having a habit of taking a nap every day. Could be that. It could be a habit of just snacking on chocolate every night or 5 days a week. And you're like, oh, I just have a few M&Ms here and there. Yeah, but it could be that. So 2 devil cards. So Christine Mitchell, the simple thing is, what addiction do you need to focus on and remove it from your life or master it? Everybody has one. This is why the devil card pulled for you. You have to have an addiction that you got to get rid of. Or the flip side is there's something where you need to stop paying attention to them and pay more attention to you. Okay? Troy, let's go with you. Troy McFall or McFall. You got the Page of Pentacles, the messenger coming in. This is an amazing card. Card 74, 73/74, right? The messenger. See that little pentacle there? Someone's coming to give you a message. Paying attention to your emails, paying attention to the messages coming into your phone, paying attention to the voice that's coming into your head. Like, what would be life-changing for you right now? What message coming into your voice in your head, or what message, or somebody reaches out to you again? And if you're expecting someone to reach out to you, pay attention to that. Page of Pentacles is the messenger. It's 74. It's tied to the big W, which is 23. So it's a messenger energy. So keep your eyes out for that. And like, ladies and gentlemen, again, if you need more information, because I'm trying to rifle through this, go to the search engine, type in the card that I pulled, and type Teach Me Tarot, whatever card. So like Page of Pentacles, Teach Me Tarot for Troy. The Devil card, Teach Me Tarot for Christine and whoever else I pulled that for. And go read that and figure out exactly. And I'm telling you, when you see it and you like feel it and you're like, oh, there it is. That's what you need to focus on. That's the message for you. Okay, Brian Zane, let's get a card for you. You get the Eight of Cups. This card's amazing. This is Vision Quest. Maybe you need to do a round of mushrooms. Maybe you need to do a round of toad medicine. Maybe you need to do a round of ayahuasca. Maybe you need to, do a huge bong hit tonight. Or maybe you just need to take a break from that. So if you're somebody who, like, is there such thing as a marijuana addiction? Here's my final answer. Yes. Maybe you need to take a break from that if you're somebody who takes cannabis. Right? Because this is like walking away. Change. This is like spirit into matter. This is literally the card of like, hey, I'm going to go play that game called life. Hey, I'm going to go make a huge change in my life. Hey, I'm going to stop that, what I've been doing. Eight of Cups. Spirit quest. Maybe you need to go on a spirit quest. Man alive with a number 3. Interesting avatar. Got the spiral with the star there. Man alive. What do we got for you? So you got the 4th card in the deck. This is tied to Cancer. This is tied to the moon. This is also tied to Capricorn and Saturn. Saturn moon right here, okay? This is the Emperor, the king on the chessboard, the piece that everybody wants to take out in the game of chess. Okay, when this card comes out, it's, do you need to pay attention to your family? Do you need to pay attention to your children? Do you need to pay attention to your child support? Do you need to pay attention to your survival with your home, your sanctuary? Maybe you need to step it up. Maybe you need to be that king instead of being the jester in your life. Okay? Dustin, Jack of Hearts, let's get you. Soccer ball. Here we go. You got the 34th card in the deck, the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is an air card. I know a lot of people correlate this to fire, right? Because the tarot is fire, but this is not just going to be Sagittarius and Leo and, the fire cards. It's not just going to be that. It's going to be obviously an energy about using your mind, but this is a card of the tied to the moon as well. So it's tied to the way you think. And this card, you can see this person on the horse. There's no battle gear on the horse. There's just battle gear on the person. But the wand represents the mind. So maybe it's what you need to do is do some deep thinking in your reality. The Knight of Wands, it's tied to the moon. Right now, there's the moon. The energy of the full moon is still prevalent. It's not full, but it's still part of the energy that we're getting right now. And the Knight of Wands being card 34 is tied to the element selenium, which comes from the Greek word selene, which means moon. So maybe you need to get out there and meditate on whatever it is that the biggest highlight of your life, like what's the biggest thing you want to move and shake in your reality. Maybe you need to go put your feet under, put your bare feet on the ground and look at the moon or talk to the energy of the moon and figure that out for you. The Knight of Wands. It's the precursor to the simulation. So I hope that helps. All right, Truth Bridger. Truth Bridger. Get the Fool. The Fool is card 0. Zero in temperature goes from 0 degrees Celsius to 32 degrees Fahrenheit. 32 degrees Fahrenheit is the degrees at which water freezes. This is the solidification of spirit into matter right here. This fool right here doesn't give a shit about anything. It only cares about having fun in this reality. So this energy coming in for you that's asking you to focus on it is asking you to come from the perspective of the fool, which is not a care in the world. If you have a lot of static going on in your life, if you have a lot of like energy coming your way, that's distracting you from your reality, this card's telling you to eliminate that from around you and just walk around life like it's amazing. Try to pretend like it's amazing throughout all the chaos that may be going on around your life. The fool energy is an energy of like, never been cheated on, never been screwed over, never been ripped off. None of that stuff. That's the fool energy. Take that energy as your foundation, move it into your life right now in the present moment. How does it feel for you? But you got to do the work, right? Like it's not just going to be an overlay that I'm telling you to do. You got to actually take that and start to go with it and feel it. And then go study the Fool card. This is the energy that it's asking you to move towards, Truth Bridger. Justin Cohillo? No, I didn't say that right. Justin C. Justin C. Here we go for Justin. Wow, another Emperor card. Wow, we have had multiple cards now. The Devil a couple times, now the Emperor a couple times. So Justin, the same kind of energy coming in for you is it's time for you to take charge of your home. You know, this is also like if your home is being ransacked by your kids, or your home is not running at an operable level to where it's just chaos in your home, the energy of the Emperor is suggesting to you like it's time to nip that in the bud and start to take control. If it's not your family, it's going to be your foundation. The Emperor represents your foundations. So is your foundation rock solid? Is it rock solid? Is it operating at a very, very rock solid way of life? And if it's not, then you need to be authentic with yourself and own that space and then make the changes that you need to do. Joanne Woolley. Joanne Woolley. So you got the Moon. All right, the Moon card number 18. It's so interesting, right? Because we just had a full moon. We're still having the remnants of that in the sign of Pisces. Not in the sign of Aries. It's in the sign of, it will be in Aries, but it's in the sign of Pisces right now. And this is a very mystical time to start to tap into the essence of what it means to be a mystical person. So the moon is like, you know, the hidden side of things, secrets of life. Is someone keeping secrets from you? Are you keeping secrets from someone else? It goes both ways. See, most of us as human beings, we don't want to be that person that feels like we're trying to dupe anybody or manipulate anybody or trying to get one past somebody, but we all do it, right? When you become harmonious with your reality and you realize that the way of being an authentic human being is realizing you're not authentic. We're not authentic. And trying to get to that authentic level. But the moon represents hidden things. It's maybe asking you to pay attention to things in your life that may be hidden. But also you have the full moon aspect and maybe getting out there and, you know, going for a walk in nature and discussing your life with the God, whatever you believe that would be. Okay. So I hope that helps you out, Joanne. Light Ray. What's up, brother? Let's get you a card. Light Ray. So you got the Seven of Swords. All right. This card, man, where do I even go with this sucker? Tied to radium, tied to Ra. This card, the Seven of Swords, you know, you notice the individual has two swords in its hand and there's, five swords in its hand and two left behind. See, this is the card of Prison Planet, one of them. And because it has 5 in the hands and 2 that it's coming back for, that's the 52, and that's prison planet, that's Earth, right? 7 of Swords, 7 always means crown. It means the completion of human beings. It also represents the 7 chakras. The sword elements through the tarot represent air. In the cards of illumination, they represent Earth. Okay, and either way you slice or dice it, it represents you being a human being. This card right here can mean deception. Classically, it's really represented as, are you being deceived, or are you deceiving somebody? Because it can go both ways. See, we all have deceived people. We got to be authentic with, I know not you though. I'm not saying you, but generalize, right? There's some people that say, I don't deceive anybody. Yeah, but have you ever deceived anybody? No, I've never deceived anybody. Yeah, well, here's the answer. You're full of shit. Of course you have. Being authentic is admitting that you've done that. Now, I'm not saying you're going to do that, but I'm saying is that either you're doing it or someone's maybe doing it to you, or you're trying to really create some strategies in your life to move to the next layer of life. So we got to focus on this stuff, like, which is it for you? Do you feel like you're being deceptive, or do you feel like someone's being deceptive towards you, or do you feel like you need to change your strategy? Because that 7 of Swords is a card of strategy as well as deception. That's the liability asset of that card. Okay. And again, no one's keeping tab. Ladies and gentlemen, all the readings that I'm giving you, no one's looking. I don't have a bug in your house. I'm not going to see what reaction you're getting. I'm not listening to your reactions. No one's listening to your reactions. You're just getting this information. The thing to do is, if you want to level up in this reality, is just be authentic with it. Strive for authenticity. Realizing that we're all liars, cheaters, stealers. We do deception. We all do that. Trying not to do it is being authentic, and then realizing that we do it is also being authentic. So that's what this code is all about, is striving to be a better person today than you were yesterday. That's it. It's really simple. Okay. Isaac, what's up, brother? Let's get a card for Isaac. Isaac. Get the World card, man. Card 21. When this card comes in, it's like either something's ending and there's a new change for you coming in, or you are about to do that. Something's ending, or you've already moved through the threshold of moving through the World card. Card number 21, the word enter equals 21. That's why when you get this card, typically it means either something's ending at a big grandiose scale and you're about to, or you're about to move through and something's already started. You've already entered into that new city. The World card. The last card in the major arcana. Official. Right? So if you're at that threshold of making those changes in your life, and you just like, maybe you've been putting it off, or maybe you've been biting the bullet, or maybe you've just been kind of, not paying attention to that new world that wants to come in, it's suggesting that you should embrace that. Nothing's permanent in this reality, folks. Everything's going to change. Okay, so I hope that helps you, Isaac. I mean, I got a reading coming up with you, so like this is kind of monumental for you because you got a new change coming in when I do a reading for you, that's for sure. Thanks for the comment, Lisa Lynn. Appreciate all your love and support. 5 is 20, folks. Five is here's 5. 5 is the guru. That's you. Who's the guru? Me. You. And in my world, I'm the guru. In your world, you're the guru. I'm not a guru in your world. You may cherry pick some of the stuff I say, but ultimately, when you go to bed at night, you go to bed with your truths, not mine. You're the guru. 5. 5 is 20 in numerology. 20 is duality in numerology. 20 is birthday in numerology. When you get born into this reality, you become part of the 5, the family. 5 family. See how that works? All right, the Matrix had me 115. The Matrix still has you because you're here, just so you know, but okay. You get the Magician card, right? Card number 1. When this is an Aries Mars energy, so you want to look at your house number 1 to see exactly if you have anything at that rising sign position, if you have anything in the house of Aries, is there any stelliums there? Do you have any energy from the celestials playing out? What's the transits looking like? But ultimately, the Magician card is a Mars energy, so it's testosterone. It's like you're asking for the sun to come down, and you want to do the bidding with that energy. So this is all of you now, right? Your ego. This is all tied to your first house and the house of Aries, where your Aries is at. Maybe Aries is in your 8th house. But it's time to be the wizard. It's time to be the magician. It's time to start slinging some magic, right? That's what the magician, when the magician comes in, it's like you need to start paying attention to slinging some magic. Get off your ass. Maybe you've been sitting dormant. Maybe you haven't done anything. Maybe you've just been kind of like, kind of sitting in the shadows. It's time to get out of the shadows. It's time to be in the light. It's time to ask for that light to come down, and you do the bidding with it. Okay? So the Matrix has you, 115. It still has you because you're here. I love the avatar name, though. I'm just having fun. All right, Shannon Smith. Let's get you a card. 2 S's in there. So you got the 3 of Cups, right? This is card number 37/38. This is like, this right here is one of the cards of the pulse of light and the electromagnetic wave chasing after. Any 3 is the pulse of light and then the transverse electromagnetic wave that chases after it. So the pulse of light goes and the transverse electromagnetic wave chases after it. And there's the 3. See the 3 cups? The 3 people. This is a card of celebration and friendship. Maybe you need to go out and celebrate something in your life. And you just maybe have downplayed it. Like, it's no big. Like, when's the last time you celebrated one of your wins in life, Shannon Smith? And if you maybe you're saying, well, I have nothing to celebrate. Well, then this is asking you to go find something to celebrate then. So it will fit into the context of your life. I can guarantee you that. If you don't have anything to celebrate, well, this card's encouraging you to go do something that will end in a celebration. Maybe you need to smile more. Maybe you need to be more, because this is a card of like a lot of happiness. This is like maybe friendships, maybe going to have a couple shots of tequila with your friends, calling up on the phone and say, hey, let's get together and have some tequila shots, right? Let's go celebrate. Most of you out there really are hesitant on celebrating your wins, right? But sometimes that's what we need to do, celebrate the wins. Okay. Tamara Aguirre. I'm squinting because I don't have my reading glasses, so my eyesight's starting to go. Tamara Aguirre. Any card will do, please. Well, you didn't just get any card. You got the 26th card in the deck, the Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands is the card of adventure. When's the last time you took an adventure? Tomorrow. When's the last time you got out of the house? And if you're like, oh, I'm busy all the time, I'm like, okay, but which one's really important to you? This is the card of free will, by the way. It's card number 32/33. Free will equals 33. So it's the free will is like, hey, stop being so mundane. Stop being so habitual. Get out of that routine and let's kind of change it up a little bit. What do you need to do in your life to make some changes out of the normality of your life? The mundane, like, okay, the structure that I have is kind of boring the hell out of me. The Page of Wands is encouraging you to make some changes in your life. Or make just one change in your life would be cool. Okay? Tamara, I hope that helps you. Maria Di Carlucci. Sorry if I butchered you guys' last names, guys and gals. I'm sure I got the first name right, though, Maria. I don't think I butchered that. Maria. Let's see what we got for you. November 22nd. That's the Jack of Hearts card. Well, you got the moon again, right? Getting out there and meditating under that full moonlight, baby. This is the card of secrets. Is anybody keeping secrets from you, or are you keeping secrets from somebody else? Maybe you need to stop keeping secrets from somebody else. If you're in a relationship and you're keeping secrets from your significant other, maybe you need to come clean. And then if you have the instinctual feeling that they're keeping something from you, maybe you need to go on the private detective route and see what you can find, right? We're just having fun with this. The moon, the inner self, the deeper inner workings of yourself. That's kind of what I got from you tomorrow. So is somebody trying to hide something for you? Are you hiding something from somebody? Or Maria, sorry. Not tomorrow, Maria. Do I like fish sticks? I used to eat those when I was a kid. Not anymore. Abel Matthews says, I drink too much coffee and smoke tobacco. So you probably have a lot of congestion in your chest. Like you can hear people when they talk, they have this, because I think it's called the cilia in your chest when you smoke. I don't give a shit if it's fresh tobacco leaves. People say, it's not Marlboro, but I get it from over here and it's local and whatever makes you feel better at night. But when you smoke, right, it numbs the cilia in your stomach, the little things that move around in your lungs. So, the thing is, Abel Matthew, let's pull a card for you. You drink too much coffee. See, the beautiful thing is, you've owned that. You own it. You're not hiding from it. So kudos to you for at least admitting it. That's step one. The next step is to kind of slowly wean yourself off. So, like how much coffee is too much for you, and then making the decision to wean yourself off. All right, let's see. Let's see what we got for you, Abel Matthew. Yeah, look at that, see? 10 of Wands, man. This is like taking the world upon your shoulders. This is you with all your addictions, man. This is with you drinking too much coffee and smoking tobacco, and then you got all these pharmacology layers to you. That's it. You got to break down the walls. That's what this card is. This is the castle or rook in chess. You got to break those castle walls down. So the suggestion here is, without giving you any medical advice, just take it one day at a time. Don't try to cure it all at one time. Like if you drink too much coffee and smoke too much tobacco, just tackle one at one time. And I know they go hand in hand, right? Coffee and tobacco go hand in hand. I know there are tobacco and alcohol. But maybe just make the decision, I'm going to stop at 4 o'clock instead of going all night long, but you got to make that determination. So Chai Company. Let's get Chai Company. So you got the Page of Pentacles. Which page? What am I saying? The Knight of Pentacles. This is the card of the United States of America, July 4th, 1776, which isn't even the official day, but that's the card they gave him. It's the Knight of Pentacles. This is like slow moving and dependable, not rushing. So if you feel like you've been rushing into things in life, this is a card to say, slow down a little bit. It's okay. You're going to get there. Ride the wave, enjoy life. Dependable. Are you the dependable one? It's okay, you'll get there. All right, let's get down to the bottom here. I know I'm gonna skip a lot of you. I apologize. It's like an Uzi machine gun coming in here, right? Trying to. Dr. Savage, what's going on, man? Gemini what? You're all 12 signs, Dr. Savage. I don't know what you mean by that, Gemini here. You're all 12, bro. Once you step it up and you get rid of I'm this and I'm that, I'm all 12. Like, okay, where's your sun? Well, yeah, I would imagine you're a Gemini sun, but is that tropical or Vedic? I would imagine you may be even a duplicate sun. Maybe you're a Taurus Gemini, or maybe you're a Gemini Cancer, right? So it just gets so watered down. You're all 12 signs, every single one of you, all 12. And that's what you want to be to get to be the devil, right? The devil runs all 12 signs. You want to be all 12 signs. So you're at that level, and then you can have the layer of seeing what's beyond that. All 12. That means you're multifaceted. You're not just confined to one area of your life. Okay, but anyway, let's pull a card. Dr. Savage. That's just me having fun, bro. Thanks for the support. You've been here for a long time, I know. Let's see what we got for you. Well, you got the card of celebration. You know, this is the second time. So we've had 2 devil cards. We've had 2 moon cards, 2 emperor cards. Now we get the 3 of cups. So it's a card of celebration. What do you need to celebrate? From the simplicity of like, I don't have anything to celebrate. Bullshit, you do. 3 of cups is the card of celebration. Celebrate. And if you don't have anything to celebrate, go create something that you would celebrate. That's what it means. Okay? It's card 38 or 39. So those is 38 or 39 fit any, I know you're a decoder. So does 38 or 39 fit into the parameters of what you've been decoding? Maybe. What's up, Maya? Maya Bashor? I don't even know. Some of these names, I'm horrible at pronouncing them. But Maya, let's go. What's going on? You've been here for a long time. I'm sorry I missed you. Let's get Maya. From the great state of Florida. We got any Florida people in here? Floridians? All right. Bam! For you, Maya. You got the mighty. I mean, I got this guy right on my desk. Right? Sitting there all the time. The King of Swords. The King of Earth. This is like, this king is the true epitome of what it means to be a judge in a courtroom. So to me as an individual, a true judge doesn't get emotional. Because you could easily have a prosecutor or defense attorney or even a plaintiff or defendant literally get emotionally involved with the judge and sway their feelings. And then they make the decision based on their emotions, not based on the King of Swords. The King of Swords judges from a layer of, I see through all the bullshit. I'm not going to get emotionally attached. That's what this card is right here. The King of Spades is the King of Swords. So Maya, right there, man. Like, this is being the authoritative figure and voice in your life, cutting any bullshit out of your life without any emotions attached to it, realizing that you're cutting it out because you're creating a space where you can become a much better individual in this reality. That's what it's all about. How do you make yourself better tomorrow than you are today? Think about that. Most people they don't think about that. They just get up and I got to start my day. I got to do this. King of Swords, man. Become a better individual every single day. Oh, I'm totally guilty, Maya. Trust me. I'm not immune to any of the stuff that I'm saying here because I'm a human being. The addictions I have, so cosmic. What the hell? I can't see. My eyesight's going. Cosmic Fern Tree says, the addictions I have are annoying me too. I had a month of smoking weed and beers, no problems. September, I've been back on both for a month now. I'm feeling super low battery. Well, okay, so Cosmic Fern Tree. See, when we say these things, what are you going to do about it? Feeling low energy, but I'm just going to get up and do it again. Feed the low energy. See how life's such a joke? Like, we just got to have fun with this. You can't correct all your issues. That would be too easy. No, the game needs you engaged to work on yourself here and there. Oh, I'm slipping up here. I'm doing. It's an energy harvesting machine, this game is. Kiki, let's get a card for you. I'm just randomly picking now. I'm trying to do my best to get all of you here, ladies and gentlemen. Aries, we have a Aries. I guess you're saying you're an Aries sun, but You're all 12 signs. Every one of you here are all 12 signs. I hope you get really used to saying you're all 12. Every single one of you. Kiki. There you go. And that would just prove supported. I shouldn't say proved. The Knight of Cups. Looking for love. So interesting, right? Because Aries is like the test on the draw. Like, let's go look for love, baby. Well, there it is. You just got it. The song Elvis by Elvis. Off that movie, Blue Hawaii, right there. This is the card of Pandora's box. Maybe you need to go look for love in your life. Do you have love in your life? If it's not love, maybe it'll be an idea that you need to move towards as far as a business is concerned. Maybe you need to open up an e-commerce site or something, right? The Knight of Cups. And if you have somebody that's chasing after you, well then, that's kind of confirmation of, where you're at in your life. Brian Donovan. Let's get you a card. So you got the card of Revolution, right? The Knight of Swords. This is the card of Life is But a Dream. Are we all just in the dream of the cosmos? Is this just not real? It feels real. Like, you guys can hear that. I'm banging on the microphone. How could it be a dream? Just watch The Matrix again. Morpheus says, what is real? Yeah, what is real? Is this real? Anyway, you got the Knight of Swords, the card of Revolution. One of the Jack Jesus. Jesus is the Jack. Jesus says, I ain't coming with peace. Jesus says, I ain't coming with peace, mofo. I'm coming with a sword. Jack Jesus. Jack is the knight. Jack is from the king. Jesus says, I'm from the Father. The Father's the king. Jesus is the Jack. He's the knight. Coming with a sword, mofo. Anyway, this is a card of Revolution. Charging into reality. Card 62. Life is but a dream. Like, this is you. Like, what would be revolutionary for you in your reality? Brian Donovan. What would create a revolution in your reality? That's the question that you should be focusing on and answer. Okay? Ryan, I thought I pulled a card for you, Ryan. Let's pull a card for you, Ryan. I thought I already pulled a card for you, but let's pull a card for Ryan. Eight of Pentacles. This card right here is tied to the game needs players. The game needs players because it needs people to create. This is a card of creation. This is the card of eight. This is Eight of Diamonds. Eight of Pentacles, card 72, card 71, 72 is tied to Lucifer, the light bringer, and Luciferian means the game. You're in the Luciferian game. Hello. Simple. Hard at work. What do you need to work hard on? You work hard, you get a payoff. So what do you need to work hard on, Ryan? Eight of Pentacles, right? Nobody rides for free. You can't get something for free, folks. You say, oh, I got that for free. No, you had to put your time into it. So the time was not free because you could have spent that time somewhere else. That's why it's so funny. People say, oh, time is an illusion. Oh, is that so? Well, let's both stare at our cell phones and we'll watch the time move. So time is an illusion? No. Because like right now in Mexico, it is 5:40 p.m. Some of you may be in Atlanta or Maine and it's 6:40 p.m. And then if we just watch the clock, it's going to change to 5:41 p.m. here in Central Standard Time. That means time exists. This nonsense of time being an illusion, I just, it's so crazy, man. If you say so. All right, let's get some Blade Runner music on. Keep going here. Whoops. Matrix is propaganda. Everything's propaganda, brother or sister. You can add any word to propaganda and it will have merit to it. Matrix, Earth, Sun, human being, Homo sapien. It's all propaganda. This whole reality is propaganda. That's the big joke. Let's pull a card for that. Let's pull a card on propaganda. Shall we? Let's shuffle it and pull a card on propaganda. Let's see what propaganda has to say. I mean, look at what I just pulled, the guru. Whatever your truth is. Propaganda, 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 propaganda. Let's pull a card for propaganda. What is propaganda? The Eight of Cups. It's spirit coming down to play the game of life and creating its own propaganda. Whatever it is you want it propaganda to be, it's going to be propaganda. IES Nessman is asking, will I find my passion in life? Here, I'll give you the answer to that without even pulling you a card, but I'm going to pull a card for you. What do you want the answer to be? See, you're asking the question, and the answer's already in the question. Yes. Otherwise, you wouldn't be asking, will I find passion in life? Of course you'll find it. That's the greatest answer I can give you is, yes, you will find your passion in life. Let's confirm it with the cards, right? You ready? Let's confirm it with the cards randomly. Here you go. There you go. Bam! It's the King. Of course you're going to find it. This is a card of Cancer. We're under the full moon of Pisces right now. Or we were out of the full moon of Pisces. The Cancer is the moon. So go sit under the moon and go figure out what it is that is going to make you have passion in your life. Make the decision. Sometimes what we do as human beings, we lack making decisions. We just forego making the decision because we have all this like shark swimming around in our minds and we don't know what decision. Just figure out what you really want. My suggestion is to you, get out a piece of paper. Get out a piece of paper, write down the top 10 things you want to accomplish in your life, and then circle the top 3, and then circle the 1. And that one that you'll circle out of all 10 will be your passion. And there, just like that, magic, voila, you just found it. With the King, because the King just assured to you that you're going to find it, but you got to do some structure in your life. A lot of you ask these questions, the answer's in the question already. Will I move? Will I find a partner? Well, the question, you want to find a partner, so now it's a matter of decide. Most of you are not decisive in your life. That's totally fine if you want to sit there and just be in nimble, just not do anything. But if you want to find a partner, then go be the best partner you can. Hopefully you recover from a past relationship. Hold on, I dropped the card. Yeah, so you look at the card I dropped, the Fool. Go be the Fool. Some of you need to clear your plate. Some of you jump from relationship to relationship. You don't clear your plate. You don't get to be the Fool. You actually show up into the next relationship with all your exes and all the baggage, and you're like, here we are. It's not just you showing up at the doorstep to move in with your new partner. You got all your exes with you because you haven't detached from them. That's how funny our reality is. And we're all guilty of that in some way, some shape, or some form. You want to be the Fool card. This is the card I dropped on the floor as I was talking about this. Release the bullshit from your life and then go create your passion in life. And if it's not a partner, it's going to be what is going to get you out of bed and say, you know what, today I can't wait to start my day. Tomorrow I can't wait to start my day today. I gave up my personally myself. People say, what do you do for work? I don't work. Huh? I mean, I create, baby. I'm a creator. Not everybody, like some people are actually born to be, they want to be a policeman or they want to be a fireman. So they say, well, what do you do every day? I fight fires, man. I put out fires. That's what they love doing. But if you can't say you love what you do, you're not in your bliss. You're not going to be in your passion. So that's okay. Knowing that you're not is beautiful because at least you know that you're not in your passion. So beautiful, man. I hope that helped you out. And I'm just keeping it really raw and candid, and I'm trying to have fun with this. I'm not trying to be, like Dr. Phil here, okay? Stephen Haig, if you're still here, thanks for sticking with us. Stephen Haig, King of Pentacles, man. Last card in the deck. Bam. The king of money. What do you need to focus on? If you have a business, if you're wanting to start a business, if you got invited to start a business, if you're running a business, it's time to tidy your business up. Time to focus on your business. King of Pentacles is like a business CEO card. Stephen Haig. I hope that helps you. And if you've been thinking about starting a business, if you've been like, I hate my job, then that King of Pentacles is telling you, yeah, well, it's time to move out of hating your job because you're not in the right career field. And I'm here to tell you that to confirm it with the cards. Okay? Deb Wirtz. Let's get you a card, February 20th. 4 Wands. Card number 2526. This is the card of the casino. Like the house always wins. This is the card of the house. This card's tied to the Yod-Heh-Vah-Heh. Yod-Heh-Vah-Heh being 26 is the 26th card in the deck. The 4 clubs. 4 wands. Happy home. You're creating your foundations. If you're not having a happy home, then you should be creating it. Remember, all these cards I'm pulling I could flip it and just do this. Forget all that. I'm just going to tell you, every card has an asset or liability. So if I'm giving you the rendition, the description of what this card means, just take what I'm saying and flip it. Like if you don't have a happy home right now, you'd be in the reverse position. My life sucks right now. My home's not happy. It's in disarray. I got chaos in my life. Well, that's telling you okay, well now you know. Like folks, the challenges in your life are there for you to make moves on. Otherwise, you're just going to stick in stagnation. So whatever card I pull for you, there's a reverse aspect to it. Tara 137. Tara 137. 137 being the 30. Why did you pick the 137? You look at your avatars, man. Man, it's so fun decoding people. Like, I don't even know Tara 137. Why'd you pick the 137? There's meaning for you, for your life. Besides the generality of 137 being the 33rd prime number, besides the generality of 137 being tied to the 56 element, which tied to the lights, camera, actions, tied to the movie, why'd you pick the 137? Your life's a movie. Did you know that? So let's pull a card for you. You got the sunglasses on. I see the sunglasses means the movie. Do you know you're in a movie? Is that why you picked the 137? Here you go. Bam! It's the magician card. I'll take your energy, son. Give me your energy. Right there. See? It's got the infinity symbol over the head. 19th is the 8th prime number. Is there? There's the number 8 right over the individual's head. The card is yellow primarily. Yellow is the sun. So you need to focus on, you asked for the card, 130, it's time to focus on your movie. It's time to get out there and kick ass. It's time to get out there and take names. Hope that helps you. Tara 137. Let's get East 5. East number 5. East number 5, or East 5, I should say. East 5. You get the devil card. This is the third. No, this is the first card. This is the third time. East, and it's so fascinating, right? So I'm talking about watermelon, and I'm talking about Jupiter and Zeus tied to your ego. Zeus being the 5th planet from the sun, according to science. Well, who cares if it? Forget the dogma shit. It's in the context of this reality. Zeus has got the 5. 5 is your fingers and toes. Anyway, 5 is your manifestations. This is the card of Taurus. I know a lot of people say, oh, it's Capricorn. Yeah, you can put it to that, but when you go all the way around with the tarot cards, the Taurus card's going to sit in the house of, the devil card's going to sit in the house of Taurus. The bull god. So when you have Taurus, when you have the devil card, when you pull this card, what does it mean? Addictions. So again, this is an asset liability. So the liability of the tarot for the devil card is you have some kind of addiction you got to get rid of. So you should pay attention, chip away at it. Don't try to get rid of it all tomorrow. Just chip away at it if you're authentic with yourself. And then there's the aspect of the devil where you need to pay attention to yourself because you're paying attention and giving your energy away to everybody else. You're not paying attention to yourself. See what I'm saying? So when you get the devil card, say, oh shit, it's the devil card. Oh damn. See, we are programmed to look at, and we've been so dogmaed with the religion of the church and the devil. When you see this card, you automatically think it's Satan, it's Beelzebub. No, you see that devil right there? You don't want to be those people at the bottom stuck to the chains. You want to be the dude at the top. You want to be sitting having dinner with him. What an interesting conversation it would be to actually sit, if there really was a devil, and have dinner with that character. I'd be the first in line because I'd be asking a ton of questions. So when you get the devil card, ladies and gentlemen, the liability of it is addiction. The asset of it is you need to pay attention more to yourself. Maybe you need to pay attention more to what you're manifesting in your life, your duality. Okay? Jennifer Espinoza, I'm going to do a few more and then we're going to wrap this thing up. Jennifer Espinoza. You got the Temperance card. So the Jennifer, this is an Aries card. Fire, taking charge, but it's also the card of balance. The word God equals 14. This is tied to the God. God in the personification of balance. You see those two chalices right there that it's blending back and forth? This is not somebody mixing a vodka martini there, okay? This is not somebody slinging a Long Island iced tea. No, this is an angel balancing the two yin-yang energies, okay? But you want to be the angel. Again, the devil, you want to be the angel. You don't want to be in that cup, back and forth, back and forth. No, you got to have balance in your life. If there is a way to exit this game, some of you don't want to be here anymore. I get that. Okay, well then what would be the requisites to actually leave the game? Well, balance. Are you balanced? Is your physical body balanced? Or is there a shitload of chaos going on in your life and you're like, and you're miserable? So correcting that, honoring this, and then are you balanced in the mental realm where you're not doing the blame game and you can see how this beautiful perfected reality that we live in, which has a ton of imperfections in it, which is perfect, is designed around predator prey. It's designed around the antagonist protagonist. If you don't want to play anymore, if you don't want to be the superhero or the villain anymore, then you got to be lukewarm, because you start to see that, well, there's Superman and then there's the Joker, or there's this, or it's hot or cold. That's how this reality thrives off of it. That's how it feeds off of you as an energy source, by the way, in all its totality. All right. I'm going way off in left field on some of this stuff, but all right, Ginger Grin. I'm going to do a few more and then we're going to wrap it up. So we have a few. Steven, thanks for being here, brother. Why are we retracting comments? Are some people not playing nice? But ladies and gentlemen, whatever I say it's just what I say, man. Don't take it so serious. I'm so abstract. I have my own way of looking at this reality. It doesn't have to be the way you look at it, for sure. So Ginger Grin. Kind of like your avatar name, Ginger Grin. 2 hearts and a piece of fire in the middle. So you got the card of going to sleep, meditation. You know, this card right here is tied to, you know who has this as their birth card? Hugo Weaving. If you don't know who Hugo Weaving is, he was the guy they casted to play Mr. Smith in The Matrix. So are we just asleep? You know, when they plug Neo in the back, you go to sleep. Now you go into the world of Mr. Smith and The Matrix. This is the card that represents The Matrix. It's also tied straight up to Zeus. So what is this saying for you, Ginger Grin? Shutting off the static, shutting off the noise in your life, taking a break. Especially, ladies and gentlemen, you know, I've done countless readings, astrology readings. If you have Jupiter, if you have Zeus in your 6th house of astrology, that is like a guarantee in my book that you would do really well at meditation, visualization, and remote viewing. It's a guarantee. I have suggested this to people I've done readings for, especially the remote viewing, and I've gotten feedback. People are like, I can't believe I never did this before. Wow. Why? Because Jupiter has the great red spot on it. 3rd eye. Remote viewing is when you close these eyes off and you go into the darkness. You go into the sleep mode. Pay attention to the voice in your head and block out the stuff. These 2 eyes right here, these are your devils. Why? Because they can deceive you. Close them off and now you've eliminated at least one of the senses that is part of the deception. Now you have hearing. You can hear things. Oh, I thought I heard that. I thought I heard that. No, then you block that out. So you put on some solfeggio or some Hertz frequencies to get in that rhythm. And now you're really honing in on the 3rd eye. This is like I've talked about this with theology, like the one thing that I do take into consideration with the story of the Christ is let thy eye be single. Yeah, because these are your 2 thieves. So if you want to get out of this game, if you want to eliminate this game, this is neutrality, by the way. This is yin yang. These are yin yang. This is neutrality. The kingdom is within you. This is not the kingdom. This is the kingdom. See how that works? So Gareth is asking, Logan, will I be a crypto millionaire? Well, I will have to say I'm not going to pull a card for that. The cards are not designed to see if you're going to be a millionaire or not. If you want to reformat your question, that'd be a different story. The answer is already in the question. Do you want to be a millionaire? And I would imagine the answer is going to be an emphatic yes. Okay, great. So you want to be a millionaire. Awesome. What are you doing to get there? Are you on track to get there? Or are you investing in cryptos? Yes. Okay, great. So we check that off the box. Is crypto guaranteed to go somewhere? The box that you should be checked is unknown. We just don't know. Yes, we can lean towards it. I would definitely say to all of you that want to be millionaires in the crypto space, I would start to figure out what you're going to do with your millions of dollars when you get it. That is what that's future casting there. What are you going to do with it? See, people ask me, what are you going to do? You know, like, you got crypto? Yeah, of course. I don't even look at it. I'm not attached to it. If I lose it, great. Don't care. I'm a creator. I'll just go create more shit. I'll replenish it. I hope that everybody here is on that lever of playing field. Non-attachment to the things you have. If you become a millionaire, great. It was part of your screenplay. What are you going to do with the money when you get it? Are you going to be service to self? Are you going to go around and buy a whole bunch of boats and yachts and cruises and party it up? And is that what you're going to do with your millions of dollars? Or are you going to, I'm going to create this, I'm going to create that? Non-attachment though. That's the big thing, is not being attached to the outcomes. Tough one. Because the ego wants to be attached to outcomes. That's what it wants. It wants to be attached to outcomes. All right, let's get a couple more and then I'm going to wrap it up. We'll get into some other stuff here. Luna Long Shadow asking about you're looking for a job or something like that. Well, you got the Hierophant, so it's time to take charge. And, what a perfect card to pull here for your question, right? It's not sitting around waiting. Like you said, okay, I'm waiting to hear back about a job. Stop waiting. See, if you are not attached to it, you won't wait. What I mean by that is if you don't attach to the outcome, you won't sit around and wait. You'd be like, screw that. I'm going to go attack life. I'm going to go be the guru. I'm going to go attack. Is that your, are you okay with, is your whole life dependent on this outcome? I would imagine it's not, but you may portray yourself like that. So it's totally cool to have something as a possibility. But if your eggs are all in that basket, you can't be this. You're dependent on that basket. And if that basket doesn't come in, your eggs don't come in. And now you have what's called the lack of expectation. I mean, not the lack of expectation, the effect of disappointment. That's what I was looking for. Wow, you have the effect of disappointment. So if you have disappointment in your life, it means that you're expecting an outcome. And we're all guilty of this. So when you get that guru card, it's saying don't sit around waiting, go attack. Now's the time to attack. Don't get too comfortable, because if you put all your eggs in that basket and it doesn't happen, you've been sitting there waiting and waiting. Is it going to happen? Is it going to happen? Is it going to happen? You could have been spending all that time attacking life. And now you got more options, right? Maybe it comes in. Maybe the ship comes in. You get that phone call. Hey, guess what? But maybe through the interim of waiting, you didn't sit there and wait. You attacked life and you ended up having another outcome that was even better than the outcome you were expecting. And then they get the phone call and you're like, I don't even need you, man. I got something better. I don't even need you. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. But I got something better. See, when you sit and wait, you are dependent on the outcome. Whereas if you attack and you do that guru, you do that Hierophant, you may create something else that will be far above and beyond the thing you were waiting for. Something to think about. I hope that helps you. It's just some people out there, they just don't attack. They just sit there and wait. I was watching. So I don't follow the mainstream. I just don't, because I don't get to be a star in the mainstream. I just get to be an extra, and it's boring to me. The mainstream is so boring. It's so predictable, and it's an energy harvester, like everything else. But I don't get anything back from the mainstream. They don't give me any prizes. I don't get any money. I don't get to go sit at the head of table and eat with people. I don't get nothing from. So it's like that's a boring movie. Their movie is like, come be a part of my reality show, baby. Turn on my shit. Why should I turn your stuff on? Anyways, where was I going with that? I lost my train of thought. Damn. Okay. I had something big I was going to share with you and I lost my train of thought. Well, that happens. Forgot what I was going to say. Darn it. I had some good stuff. All right, I'm going to do 2 more card pulls. Lynn, I'm going to get you. 2 more. This is it. And then I don't know what we're going to do after that. Damn, I had something I was going to tell you that was pretty extraordinary and I forgot what it was. That's all right. Okay, Lynn G. Birthday's Tuesday. Here it is. Stop fighting. Do you have any fighting going on in your reality? Any chaos? And we all do, right? So here's the thing. It's like, I'm not even going to ask you, do you have chaos in your life? Here's the answer. Everybody here has some kind of chaos in their life. When this card comes in, it's the chaos card. It's telling you to stop putting your energy into the chaos. This new upcoming solar return for you is peace and harmony and solace. How would your life look like when you get rid of the chaos in your life, the fighting? If you have family disputes going on, how do you have family disputes? Here's the answer. Because you're engaged in them. Stop checking in to your family engagements that require chaos. A lot of the families these days, that's what they thrive off of. They want to debate with you. They want your energy. They need you to debate with them. And if it's not family, maybe it's a friend. Maybe it's a lover. Maybe this upcoming birthday for you, you need to excommunicado of some people. I hope that helps you. All right, let's get Norma White, and then I'm going to call it I'm going to wrap this up. Norma White, last card pull here. Norma White, here you go. We got some heartbreak. Now this is, again, it's this or this. So the liability of this card, this is the 3 of Swords. Now clearly you can see heartbreak on there. Now you're like, well, I don't have any heartbreak going on. Okay, great. So then maybe you've released the heartbreak. Because I don't do reverses. I'll just tell you the liability and asset of a card is the upright version of the 3 of Swords is typically a card of heartbreak. The flip side is where you're releasing the heartbreak. Simple. So it's going to be one of those. Could be the death of a pet. It could be it may be that you have to pull the cord on a friendship because it's toxic. 3 of Swords. Okay. All right, so I hope this helped everybody out. I know that we have some. See, look at that, the bottom right there. Stop playing the game. So I'm going to do one last pull for everybody here. This is going to be collectively for everybody here. What is the most important thing to focus on in your life right now? I can do that with one card in here, and it will be conclusive for everybody because essentially you have something going on in your life that you can pertain this to. One card for everybody here. Thanks, everybody, for joining in. Appreciate you. I know this was last minute. I hope you got something out of this. Again, folks, trust me, the answer is in the card. The answer is in your question. Any card I pulled for you, if you didn't get it right off the bat, go study the card. I promise you it will be in there. I guarantee it will be in there. Just be authentic with yourself. No one's looking. You don't have to look good. No one's paying attention to your life. Everybody here in this chat, they're never probably ever going to meet you. Okay. So here we go. One card for everybody. What is the most important thing to focus on in life right now? One card. Ready? Here we go. For everybody. This is going to be for everybody. Sound like a broken record, right? One card. Here it is. My fingernail is right here. Bam! The star card. You see what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen? I'm being used as an instrument. I am an instrument for whatever's running this reality, and I am totally okay with that. Now, if this doesn't give you the humdinger of all cards to tell you whatever, this is a conclusive card for everybody here listening to this message. This is telling you to go be the star of your movie. Now, what are the requisites of being the star of your own movie? Cutting out the toxicity in your life. We had a lot of that today, right? The devil card a lot. Getting rid of addictions. Being the star of your own movie means you need to pay attention to yourself. Some of you don't do that because you're just giving, because you have codependency issues, because you want to be liked. So you just give all your prana away to people, hoping they're going to like you, and you just be an extra in their movie to satisfy that codependency. That's not a hot topic to talk about. Some of you have it. It's okay. I'm not here to like point fingers. We all have our blemishes. That's the beautiful part. We can authentically sit here. We're all inauthentic human beings. All of us here are not authentic. We all lie. We all do this. We all do that. There'll be gradients to that. I know, but not you though. But you know what I'm saying. So in order to be the star of your movie, you need to shut off the bullshit that's going on around you. That's why I get so animated with this. I get so passionate about this. My Rahu is in Sagittarius. Rahu in Sagittarius, like, you know who had Rahu in Sagittarius? Nietzsche. You know the philosopher Nietzsche? Friedrich Nietzsche. Why is my desires all towards Sagittarius energy? Because it's all towards the higher wisdom. Sharing it with all of you. That's what I'm doing. Sharing the higher wisdom with all of you. I'm going to come out with this video. I'm going to do a video on, probably a live for where your Rahu K2 axis is. And this will tell you a lot about who you are and why you're here, what you're doing. And this is my Rahu card right here. Now you know, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not trying to hide. Okay, so for me to be the star of my movie, okay, I need to be this. I need to be giving out, see that light? See that lantern? That's me. Okay, what do you think Decode Your Reality is? Prometheus. Decode Your Reality is 61. Prometheus is 61. What do you think Prometheus? The Titan who stole fire. See that lantern? This is my Rahu position. So for me to be the star of my movie, I need to be giving all of you the lantern. That's my job. It's my job. It's what I incarnated to do, amongst a few other things. What is it going to take for you to be this star? What is it going to take for you to be the star? Well, again, look at your life, be authentic. No one's looking. No one's looking at your life. Okay? We don't have to try to look good. How's your life going? Are you the star of the whole movie? If you're paying attention to politics and them and they and you're blaming and you're paying attention to government and all that, you don't get to be a star in that movie. Sorry. If you're somebody who's in politics or you're a politician or you're a governor or that's different. But if you're like me, I don't want nothing to do with that because I don't get to be a star in that movie. That empire needs to fall. That's my final answer. And that's me giving, see the lantern? That's me with the lantern right there. This is my job. My Rahu is in Sagittarius, which is the Hermit card. Where is your Rahu at? And the collective card pull for everybody, what is the most important thing to focus on in life right now is you got to be the star. And you can't be the star if you're paying attention to mainstream bullshit. You just can't. It's going to drain you. It's going to suck you dry because the mainstream gets to be the star. That's what the mainstream is an archetype. Remember, everything's all archetypes. So CNN, ABC, CBS, guess what they are? They're all stars. You should start looking at things in archetypes. When you go to your favorite church, it's the star. When you go to watch your favorite NFL football team and you get to be in the stadium and you feel all this energy, that stadium and that team or those teams, they're the stars. The players are the stars. You don't get to be a star in that movie. Now you're sitting in the stadium giving all your energy and prana to all these players that are on the field, and you're giving them the power to be the star. That's how this whole reality works, folks. It's just energy exchange. And really, when it comes down to it, it just comes down to the explosion of cells. Mr. Smith and Neo, they come together, they give an explosion, they create energy. That's what this reality is based off of, energy harvesting. We live inside of a battery. You got to be the star of your own movie, but you can't be a star when you're an extra. Very, very simple. Okay? Very, very simple. All right. Let me just, let's see what I'm going to play here. Let's do some, I'll let you guys and gals talk amongst yourselves like I like to do. Let's do some King Buffalo. And this song right here called Burning, one of my favorites. It's been an honor and a pleasure, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for sharing some of your Sunday with me, or a Monday morning, wherever you're at in the world, because I know we have different time zones going on. Be the star in your own movie, man. Stop being an extra in somebody else's. That's my final answer. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all I got for tonight. What's your Let's Talk Tarot. My name is Logan for Decode Your Reality. Ladies and gentlemen, until next time, we will see you later.